So good morning everyone and welcome to yet another edition of My Currency Transfer TV. Today's a good one because we're looking at some really exciting innovation in the international payment space, and namely peer-to-peer money transfer. There are many forward-thinking currency businesses that are using the power of crowdsourcing to help cut the cost of you sending money abroad, even by as much as 85%. And we're really pleased to be part of this P2P, peer-to-peer revolution. So much so that on our currency comparison aggregator, we actually list a couple of the main companies that are letting you transfer your money abroad via peer-to-peer foreign exchange. So as a starting point, let's define what we mean by peer-to-peer foreign exchange. As an example, let's take the case of Alex, let's call him, and Jennifer. So, Alex is from the UK, and he's just bought his dream second home in Spain, in Marbella. And he needs to make a money transfer to Spain, and Alex is selling his pounds and he's buying euros. On the other side of the equation, we have Jennifer. Jennifer is moving back to the UK. She spent the last few years working in Spain, and now she's ready to repatriate and move her money back to the UK. So Jennifer needs to make a money transfer to the UK, selling her euros and buying pounds. Now, enter the world of peer-to-peer money transfer, where instead of instructing their local banks to make the international money transfer at vastly inflated exchange rate markups, often, we find up to 5% of the amount being transferred. Money transfer or tech companies, I would say, that are, authorized and regulated currency businesses, such as TransferWise or Currency Fair, will match up Jennifer and Alex's funds. So when there is enough liquidity in the whole system and the two are matched up perfectly, these companies essentially use the power of currency crowdsourcing to negate really the need for any exchange rate markups or vastly inflated spreads to be added to the real rate of exchange. And subsequently, Jennifer and Alex only pay really a very small fee to the tech platforms as a gratitude for essentially using the service and cutting the cost of sending money abroad. So that is essentially, in a nutshell, what peer-to-peer money transfer is all about. Again, to recap, Jennifer, she has euros and needs pounds, whereas on the other side of the equation, Alex has pounds and needs euros. The two are matched up. So what happens if there isn't an exact currency match? Well, when there isn't a 100% match-up, you end up really matching up with the peer-to-peer currency platform themselves. However, the exchange rate markups that are applied for the privilege of making this transaction are only a tiny fraction of what would be taken by the bank, and all of which will help you transfer your money abroad at a very, very low cost indeed, often up to 85% cheaper versus the banks. It's fast, it's super simple, and it's a much more cost-effective way than the old school, convenient, conventional methods of moving your money abroad. So to conclude, I'm really thrilled and I'm excited about this development, and I truly believe in the power of peer-to-peer. Personally, when we've been abroad as a company on business trips, Stefan, my co-founder, and I have used Airbnb, a P2P, peer-to-peer platform for slashing the cost of essentially vastly inflated hotel rooms, or whether you use, again, like Jennifer and Alex, a peer-to-peer platform for accessing really mid-market exchange rates, then, I think this is the way forward. And I do it myself anyway. When I go on holiday, and as you know, we've been going to Israel a lot as we've opened an office there, essentially, I will always need shekels and I have pounds, and I have a whole bunch of friends that have shekels but need pounds. So all we do is we log online, we look at Reuters, we look at the mid-market exchange rate, we agree on a rate that's very fair, and no one loses out. For me, peer-to-peer is definitely the future. and we're delighted to list some of the market-leading peer-to-peer money transfer companies on our platform. So that's just a little insight into what is peer-to-peer money transfer. Thank you very much for joining us again for another edition of My Currency Transfer TV. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. My Twitter handle is @Dan_currency. You can email me, Daniel@MyCurrencyTransfer.com, and have a great day. Thanks.